how are the sanskaras created? All the experiences we get from the world, we receive information by five senses. Five senses only become instrumental to receive the information. Eyes by seeing, ears by hearing, same way tasting, touching, smelling. There are nerves and vibrations through which all the information are received and transmitted to the brain. Brain or mind analyzes them and takes a picture of them and uses motor organs to act accordingly. Animals do that all the time and they follow the rhythm of nature. They use the senses and mind to only experience the world. They do action and a reaction comes. Action and reaction, and that is over. But humans have two extra faculties, that is intellect and consciousness. With intellect we analyze the things and choose direction in life. Animals don't have intellect, they have capacity of the mind and they use it for survival. They have instinct and they survive. They don't have stress. We have stress because of intellect. Because of intellect we think about our security, we think about storage, we think about survival, we become greedy. We go against the laws of nature. We eat what tastes good instead of what is good for us because of intellect. But same intellect can be utilized for knowing our true essence. Anything that is perceived by the mind in the form of picture, intellect analyzes it. And analysis is always in the form of likes or dislikes. Likes is called raga. Dislike is called dvesha. In our life, we try to run toward pleasure and run away from pain. So this is normal process. But when we experience pleasure or pain and it becomes intense, it becomes registered and printed in the unconscious mind. It is subtler than mind or intellect, so invisible. It is like the hidden part of iceberg. It is so deep and mysterious, we don't understand. So all the impression from the world is stored in the unconscious mind as a sanskaras. Sanskaras are formed because of repetition. When you repeat something over a long period of time, you get used to it, you like it, you become addicted it, and that becomes sanskaras. Sanskaras also have depth. With a longer exposure, you get the depth. And also with intensity, you get depth. So with a length and intensity, you can build up sanskaras. Some sanskaras shallow. If you are exposed for a short time and you don't have as much intensity, your sanskaras shallow, like drawing a line in the sand, you can erase it easily. But sanskaras are produced over a long time. Suppose somebody is addicted to drinking for many years, that is deep sanskara. Also one has deep desire for drinking, strong attachment, then it becomes deeper sanskaras and they are like carving in the rock, and those sanskaras are hard to remove. Sanskaras are formed by environment. Knowingly or unknowingly, we pick up sanskaras. You hear commercial, TV commercial, you read, see on TV, hear on radio, people talk about it. It makes impression in our mind. That is sanskara. For example, you hear the ad about certain car or certain features. You hear it constantly. It produces sanskaras. And sanskaras really push us to go into activity. All our activities are controlled because of sanskaras, deep desires. So sanskaras produce deep desire. It becomes our inner personality. It guides our life. Logic doesn't work in front of it. Sanskaras are produced by environment, even silently. If you are exposed to environment of peace, you pick up sanskaras. You are exposed to environment of restlessness, violence, you pick up those sanskaras. In the mother's womb, fetus picks up sanskaras, and growing years up to age 7, sanskaras go very, very deep. Later on, sanskaras are relatively shallow. So growing years are most precious years to mold the life of a child. These sanskaras are formed and they stay for a lifetime. It is said that one lives the rest of the life to fulfill all the sanskaras of childhood. Whatever sanskaras you had in the childhood, from your upbringing, from schooling, or from religion, continues rest of your life. And whatever you are lacking, you try to fulfill. For example, you were deprived in childhood of all the luxuries, then you build up desire for having the things. So those who were deprived sometimes become overreactive and use more of their strength to be successful. Sometimes you are weakling in the childhood, you are pushed around by the bullies, you have desire to grow strong. So people are driven to become stronger because of that deprivation. Many of the successful people are not naturally successful because they are pushed into it because of deep craving, deep desire from the childhood. Generally, somebody who is content doesn't run after the things, but most successful people seem to run after material things. They become workaholic because they are programmed. They don't know how to stop. If this desire came from maturity, then you become content, and then you become more spiritual, you become more sattvic and more balanced. So you share your wealth and success and all your possessions with the world. You don't become workaholic. Our life is controlled by sanskaras. So sanskaras are formed by association, length of association, and intensity of association. If you are involved in any activity, if your mind becomes a witness and doesn't say I like it or dislike, it won't produce strong impression. You will live much more freer life. But when you have strong intensity, strong likes and dislikes, then you will produce deep sanskaras. Sanskaras are like chains. They bind you, they control you. We are slave to them. So sanskaras are impression. Actions produce reaction, and that is over. For animals, action and reaction, they have nothing, no sanskaras, so they don't suffer. Humans have actions, reaction and sanskaras, and because of sanskaras, the desires propel them either in the direction of the world to be successful or direct them inward to find the higher self. So sanskaras should be controlled. How can you remove the sanskaras? By going into deep mind and work with positive affirmations. Put on positive sanskaras to remove negative sanskaras. For example, if you have deep anger, work on the sanskaras. I love myself, I love everyone, and that would dilute the sanskaras of anger. So all the negative sanskaras are ingrained that control our life. In deep relaxation, when we produce alpha brainwave state, when we are very receptive, we take in those affirmations. All these books, I have all the affirmations and the negations, removing what I am not. I don't own anyone, anything. I don't belong to anything. I don't own my body, my senses, my mind. And then affirmation that I am supreme consciousness. And that positive affirmation makes you free from building of the sanskaras. Jai Bhagavan.